Howdy, hey folks, Jesse here, and today it is another Digimon TCG match. Wowzers, would you believe it? It's like that's all I've uploaded since returning. Anyway, today I'm playing a WarGreymon. I'm just playing WarGreymon again, and my opponent's playing Belphemon. I've actually been, I tweaked my WarGreymon list. Obviously, we now have access to WarGreymon Ace and all that good jazz. And I've been thoroughly enjoying it. Honestly, more than Shine Greymon, which is the deck that I really was hyped for out of BT13. But hey, let's actually talk about the game. I went first. I went to Agu X, and I believe I set up the Cool Boy. First things first, my opponent got some scatter modes, and we're getting all set up. We get the BT11 Greymon X and went into the thing, and then, you know, did shenanigans. Ended up getting the memory set for free. We are now getting swung at with a scatter mode, and this scatter mode just will not die. My opponent is just really debating on what he wants to do here. I think he has a Calling from the Darkness that he's going to use. You know, might as well use the 1-up and get the thing going. He's going to grab back Scatter Mode and a Psych. He accidentally shoves the Scatter Mode into the thing, and then I'm just I'm more or less just reminding him, because I knew he had two, but you know, making sure that he actually gets the cards in his hand that he used the effect for. And he's just going to start trashing and doing stuff and things. And yeah, so I'm going to go all the way up to 3. We're going to, you know, go for the ST7 Agumon in the back. The reason why I play the ST7 is because I just don't have the promo Agu. I've had them, and then I've always ended up getting rid of them for some reason. I'm dumb like that. I don't think I've never at like any point had a full playset at any time. But you know what? I digress. Also, don't know why I don't use Yuya like when going into Metal Gray X. I just kind of forget he exists, to be honest with you. Anyway, we're swinging for big number. Was it 2 checks? Yeah, it was just 2 checks. And, you know, we couldn't switch an attack target and raid or anything, so unfortunately we just get the one swing. But we do have Reboot, which we kind of remember a second later. We're looking to be in a very good spot here, and, you know, my opponent's doing Belphemon shenanigans. I barely know what Belphemon does, so it is what it is. He's got a Eismon and I think that's just Proto Giz. It might be the level 4 version. I couldn't tell you. He's got the Retaliation Skull Greymon, which is from what, BT6? Wowzers. I hate myself for that. Yeah, we're gonna bring out our Greymon from the breeding area, and go for a Greymon X, and then we're gonna swing the WarGreymon, declaring raid. Attack target is switch, so it unsuspends. Our opponent is going to negate the attack, which also, you know, means we don't. I kind of forgot about like how this all works and whatnot for a sec, so I had to be reminded of, hey, no, you're not getting popped or anything, so like you're fine. And yeah. I believe we're going to attack no, I remember exactly what we're going to do here. We are going to Hades Force for 5, targeting the blocker and the Karada, I believe. Raid, evolve into the War X, and then protect ourselves from the retaliation by sending the X antibody back. I super duper should have used the Yuya here. We are still going to gain the 1 memory because it does happen before the security battle does happen. But hey, our opponent is now at 2, and I think we have the line in hand again. So I'm feeling pretty okay, pretty alright. And, you know, my opponent evolves to level 3 down in the breeding area, so that tells me, you know, he's not going to use Gizumon or whatever the things names are, man. I don't know. And he's just going to hard drop a, I can't remember the name, Porcupumon, Phascomon. I might have those mixed up. And it is going to pop the Agu X that we've got. We've got the, WarGreymon going. We're going to declare raid, activate bring out tie through the all turns effect. We're going to draw, activate the cool boy thanks to the X antibody being able to let us evolve in the battle. And we do have piercing, so this is a big number for 3 checks, I believe, which isn't super relevant. Our opponent only has 2 checks, and I believe we're just going to evolve a WarGreymon here, so that way we have a rebooting blocker. We're just going to chuck that at my opponent and be like, hey, you ain't game past me. And we're just going to block and do the thing, you know, unsuspend because the attack target was switched. Our opponent's just going to drop the tamer, and we're going to swing for game. We're going on to game 2, baby. I cannot remember if my opponent was going first or I was. He goes first, drops the Gizumon, and, you know, sets me to 1, which is not a fan of, but hey, that's fine. I'll just do it back to him, set him to 1. We do have to debate there on if we want the WarGreymon or the Agumon X, and Agumon X gets us a little farther in our next turn, so that's the one I elect to go for. Going for the, was it AT, I believe it is. We're going to, you know, start our turn at 1 memory. We're going to go for the Agu X. Off of the Agu X, I believe we're grabbing the gray X. Yeah. And we might, no, we're not going straight for the gray X. We did have a regular gray in our hand, which is nice and fine and dandy, might I add. You know, we got a little bit of memory. We're gonna set our opponent to 3. And yeah, I think they're going to just start swinging at us a little, which is, yeah, I'm looking through my hand as if I was like blocker, counter timing, anything. I think I might have actually had the WarGrey Ace in hand at this point. And speaking of WarGrey Ace, I like the card. It's fine. I do believe I blast Digivolve it at some point during this match. But I digress. So we're going to just start doing the same thing that we were doing last game. We're going to WarGreymon, draw off the Koromon, we're going to raid, play out the Yuya. I think I did, yeah, I can see the WarGrey Ace in my hand now. I think I did have the Metal X, or no, it looks like I didn't actually. We're at 2 memory though, and so we're just going to evolve for 2 in the back, get some evos by going into the X antibody as well, and we're going to set my opponent to 3 by going into the WarGreymon. I honestly, not that it's super relevant here, but I feel like I should have used the Yuya just to have a tiny bit of beefiness. You know, just in case he's able to somehow poop out a big body, but I don't think it's super relevant actually. Alright, opponent did one more check and doing another check. Gonna let that die, put it on the ground, if you know what I mean. We're staying at 2 security, and my opponent, we haven't touched him at all, which is fine. This is Greymon, man. It will just plow through you if you let it. And I think we're going to find ourselves in a position to where that is just going to be happening here soon. Alright, my turn. We're going at 3. We're going to do the X antibody shenanigans. I don't know why I tried to draw for dropping the cool boy. My head's in a silly little goofy place, I guess. We're going to swing, draw off the Koromon, declaring raid, unsuspend, pierce for 2 checks, I believe it is. Our opponent is going to do their on deletion stuff. Popping out a Proto Gizmon, 2 checks gone through the bat. We're going to raid once again, activate the X antibody, do all these shenanigans from our tamers, and so plus 2k. We're going to get 2 memory, draw 2. I only play 2 cool boys in my deck, and so when I see both of them like I do, it feels so good. It feels so good. Let me tell you what. But anyway, now our opponent is going to get stuff going. We're going to do the checks, get our 2 memory through the WarGreymon X, and then we're going to pop the Eismon. We're going to go for Metal Greymon. I think we are going to... We don't have like another X antibody or anything. I think it is still in our best interest to raid here. Declare on the opponent, we'll raid, and then we'll play out the tie. And that's it. I think I actually forgot to draw off the Koromon inheritable here, which is not fantastic, but I mean, it is what it is, man. And we're just gonna Hades Force to pop his stuff, so that way we're not like having to worry too much this coming turn. Our opponent's gonna swing. We are going to blast Digivolve into the WarGreymon Ace. Ooh, feels so good. I think that might actually legitimately be the first time I do that. And since a security card was removed from either stack, we are going to unsuspend the WarGreymon Ace, so now our opponent can't really swing at us without losing anything, because we do have a blocker now. He is going to go for the Belphemon Sleep Mode hard play, which, I mean, as long as we order this correctly, and we do, we easily work around the attack negation. So swing the WarGreymon Ace, he'll negate the attack, we'll swing the WarGreymon X antibody, and yeah, he didn't do that, but it doesn't matter, that's game. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.